Crocodile versus alligator. Who has the upper hand and the ability to prevail in a duel? The closest living relatives of dinosaurs are crocodiles and alligators. They have a long evolutionary history, dating back over 70 million years. In terms of look and behavior, these so-called living fossils have remained remarkably stable since that time. Crocodiles and alligators are closely related in terms of size, habits, and appearance. It's not always easy to tell these two magnificent creatures apart. Known as gators, the alligator is a huge reptile that belongs to the alligator genus. Only the Chinese and American alligators are now known to exist. As crocodiles, gharials, and caimans all belong to the taxonomic Crocodilia order, so do these reptiles. In Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Australia, the crocodile is a big aquatic reptile that may be found throughout the tropics. There have been reports of crocodiles swimming far out to sea. Crocodiles are thought to have evolved little since the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Size and body description. The muscular flat tail of alligators gives them the appearance of being armored. Bony plates called osteoderms or scutes are lodged in the skin of its back, protecting it from injury. These creatures have 4 short legs, each with 5 toes on the front leg and 4 toes on the rear leg. In order to breathe when submerged, alligators have a snout with an upward-facing set of nostrils at the end. The teeth of an alligator make it easy to tell it apart from a crocodile. When the alligator's mouth is closed, the huge 4th tooth in the lower jaw is hidden in a socket in the upper jaw. Crocodiles don't have this feature. Male alligators are much bigger than female alligators. The female average height is 8.2 feet, 2.6 meters, and the male average height is 11.2 feet, 3.4 meters. Some exceptional specimens can reach nearly half a ton or 1,000 pounds, 454 kilograms. A crocodile's physical characteristics help it succeed as a hunter. They are able to swim quicker because of their streamlined bodies. Even when they're not swimming, crocodiles can cover ground quickly. Despite the fact that crocodiles can rip flesh with their sharp teeth and 3,000 pounds of pressure per square inch bite, they are unable to open their mouths while restrained. Large crocodiles have strong and sharp claws as well. From the little dwarf crocodile to the massive saltwater crocodile, the size of these reptiles varies dramatically. As a rule of thumb, the length and weight of a large species can range from 16.4 to 19.7 feet, 5 to 6 meters, 1,200 kilograms. The saltwater crocodile is the biggest crocodile species and the largest reptile on the planet. Range and environment. From eastern Texas and Oklahoma to North Carolina, alligators may be found in the southern United States. Slow-moving rivers, ponds, lakes, and marshes are ideal habitats for these gators. Alligators in eastern China are restricted to a tiny section of the Yangtze River Basin near the Pacific Ocean, where they can be found in their natural habitat. They used to be found in rivers, lakes, ponds, and swamps, but nowadays they can only be found in agricultural ditches and ponds on the ground that has been cleared of trees and vegetation. Rice paddies have taken up a large portion of their natural environment. The only continent where crocodiles don't exist is Antarctica. Their ranges are mostly centered around the equator. There are 4 species that may be found from the southern part of North America all the way up into northern South America. It is possible to find 3 species across Africa, while the remaining 7 species are spread over Asia and the islands between. The range and distribution of each species is distinct. The populations of several species overlap. Some spread out across a large environment, while others concentrate their efforts to a smaller area. All 16 species are semi-aquatic, despite the fact that they favor different habitats. The majority of their time is spent in the water, however, they frequently come ashore to sunbathe themselves. Some species like saltwater, whereas others prefer freshwater or brackish environments. You may discover a wide variety of species in a wide range of water bodies, including rivers and river mouths, as well as lakes and other bodies of water like billabongs. I hope you are enjoying this video so far. Before we proceed, please consider liking the video. This will help us with the YouTube algorithm. Diet. Alligators are omnivores, eating both plants and animals. They have formidable jaws and can crush turtle shells with absolute ease. Birds, frogs, and animals that come to the water's edge are all prey to these predators. Sharp teeth are used for snatching and holding prey. Small prey can be swallowed whole by these predators. Large prey is shaken apart into smaller, more manageable chunks. The larger it is, the more likely they are to rip it up with their teeth before swallowing it whole. Crocodiles are ambush predators, waiting for prey to approach before pouncing. They are able to go without food for lengthy periods of time because they are cold-blooded predators. This slow-moving reptile has been known to assault and kill large fish like sharks, despite its reputation for being a top predator in its natural habitat. For the most part, the crocodile's diet consists of vertebrates, such as fish and reptiles, and invertebrates such as mollusks and crustaceans, depending on the specific species. Behavior. A collection of alligators known as a congregation is a common sight in the wild. They are frequently spotted lying out in the sun or swimming. In order to maintain a constant body temperature, alligators rely on external mechanisms. Ectothermic or cold-blooded is a term that applies to most reptiles. That implies they are unable to regulate their own internal temperature. They can use the shores of bodies of water to warm themselves or cool down on bright days. During the colder months, American alligators have been known to spend more time in the water, which retains heat for longer than the air outdoors. Water is also a hunting ground for alligators. They may appear ungainly on land, but their tails let them swim at great speeds in the water. Crocodilians, on the other hand, typically live in enormous groups, which is unusual for reptiles. These animal communities do not develop cohesive alliances or social systems of any kind. They gather in large groups at sunbathing spots and sunbathe side by side in the rays. When a huge animal such as a buffalo is killed, parties often fight over the best portions. Let's see what happens when an alligator and a crocodile square off. Who do you think is going to win? Alligators and crocodiles have similar appearances. There are a few places where they come into contact with each other, but it is rare. In appearance, both the alligator and the crocodile are formidable predators. Crocodiles are often more aggressive than alligators, making them more hazardous than alligators. This means that unless you provoke an alligator, it is unlikely that it will hunt you down. Both can cling onto prey with their long snouts despite their differences. They can take larger bites out of food with less effort, which gives them an edge in the field. The crocodile would prevail in combat, hypothetical or real. When disturbed, it may bite with a force of more than 3,500 psi. The biting force of an American alligator is only around 2,900 psi, despite its lower size and lighter weight. Many variables might influence the outcome of this battle, including the animal's habitats and their ages. The crocodile, the Australian salties, and the Nile River crocs in Africa, who are the monarchs of the order Crocodilia, all possess a high level of aggression. When American crocodiles and alligators share a habitat, they are often able to drive the other species out. What do you think? Which of the two would win in a possible fight? Tell us in the comments down below.